Welcome to City of Brass. Take a seat, you know. Let me tell you the story of how I got all the achievements on it. City of Brass was this game. It was released in 2014, and there wasn't really much. There's not a lot, you know. There's no community that's, stuck with it. It's not like a cult following or something. At least I wouldn't be able to find them. I can't find them. That's what I'm saying. It's a skill issue. It's a movement shooter, which is a little bit weird. Why does it have no community despite being a movement shooter? It's because it's not the best. It's not good. Hey guys, check out this glitch. Look at these gold things that are flying. When you whip them, they fall down and explode. But check this one out. When you're the Hellion and you punch the dude, they're gone. They don't exist. They stop existing. Kinda cool. It's like a fun little, you play it for 10 minutes, you never play it again type thing. So, I wanted my money's worth, so I decided, why not just get all the achievements? So I got most of them, and I didn't actually record them. There was no content to be made for achievements where, well, here, let me show you. Oh yes, I sure do love this game. I'm placing the mines there, and then I wait, and then I place the mines there, and I get that. I love this game. This game loop is extremely enjoyable. I really enjoy playing this. Anyway, there's one achievement that was actually recorded. Because it's actually hard. It's a difficult achievement. It's the main achievement that you want to get if you're going to say, oh, I've completed this game. And well, it's called Glutton for Punishment. And it's So, let me give you the rundown on, like, my two legitimate ways of trying to get this achievement. Pretty much I wanted to speedrun it, right? And so I tried to speedrun it. I did that with the Brigand. I did it with the Soldier. I dabble in speedrunning a little bit. I looked up the speedrunning tech. I got myself confident enough in my playstyle that I could attempt some of the runs. And I did so, and the bomb tech just didn't work, so I moved on. Let me break this down for you real quick. This is me speedrunning it. I have 3 hearts. You'll find out pretty quickly why that's sort of part of the reason why I didn't want to attempt this. As you can see, I took a full heart. That means I can take 3 hits, and the traps, they're fast. They're pretty quick, So I'm just, I'm dodging, I'm weaving, I'm using the thing. The compass kind of screws up. It's like you go this way, and then all of a sudden it points like 90 degrees to the right, and you're like, wow, that's crazy. There was a healing pot I missed. As you can see here, I loop around the room and I pick up a bomb and some gold. So let me just get to the boss. I have the makings of a run. All I just need to do is get to the boss, and then I'm like, oh man, I'm gonna beat the first boss, and then it's gonna all be so simple. And I'm like, I'm kind of playing recklessly here. I'm playing with 1 heart, and I get stuck by the compass. It doesn't recognize, like, depth of things, kind of. So here's the boss, right? And I got the bomb in hand. I got everything ready. It's set up. I'm whipping them electric orbs, and I'm kind of stressing out because I have, 1 heart. And then I throw the bomb, and it doesn't kill him, and I quit. Right? My next whole thing was like, I go to the Steam community tab, right? You go there, you get the achievement guide, you copy the thing bar for bar, and you just hope that you get lucky. I didn't record the setup runs because the setup runs are boring. Here's the actual runs. Let me show you them. I'll briefly explain what's happening, to the best of my ability, I guess. Now I'm not recording like the beginnings of the run, right? I spent like 30 minutes doing a run before I got the insurance. Look, I get 6,000 gold. That's easy money, that's easy money. I get the map, the thing of piercing that does 2 damage, so basically I have a normal amount of damage if the enemies didn't have double the amount of health that they do. And I just have an obscene amount of gold from just a normal run, beforehand, and then I exited out, swapped all the swapped all the blessings for burdens, right? And then I just came back. So I'm pretty much like, this is the most safe I could ever play with this specific game mode. And I think you'll really like this run. You know, it really shows off like how this game really works. You know, so here I'm looking at the shop. I don't find the whip that I want or any of the items that I want, so I just ignore it. I hope that I get a trap thing, so I'm just holding out for that. That was a Spike jump scare. That actually dates this footage back by I think like 5 or so years. As you remember, in 2019, Spike jump scares were illegal. It's a stupid joke. I look at the map, I take a little break to decompress from like what I say in the future. I gamble a little bit. I accidentally throw my bomb here. That's that's a bit of a rookie mistake, as you can see. You know, dated gameplay. Of course, you're gonna. I wig out a little bit about the bomb, but it's not that important. They're sort of dime a dozen these days. You can get a grant from the government actually to make some. So I check the map, make sure I'm going the right way. And then I proceed to go that way that I deemed was right. And I just I'm pretty much, I'm not doing anything crazy movement wise. I'm hitting control while walking forward, and then as soon as I think there's like a right speed, I just hit space and I jump kind of far. I just sort of continue doing that over and over. So as you can see, I'm in the boss room currently. I have 3 hearts. I'm like, oh man, I can't wait to. I really have a whole run ahead of me. You know, I'm excited. I'm mapping it out. I'm seeing if there's any trap things. I'm thinking that the boss is in that corner that I just hovered over. And so I just go. I'm pretty sure I go middle route, and then I kind of take a little bit of a you know. Here I try and Spider-Man, but it didn't work out because I don't have reflexes like that. There are these archers, and they snipe at your current position rather than where they think you're gonna go, so that's nice. I accidentally scaled the stairs there because there's a trap where the stairs like give out, and so check this. I die. I die on 2 hearts because I got hit by a trap and the green witch, which fires like near instantly. So I love that run. That run is great. It's a good show, you know. Run number 2, everyone. I get 5,000 gold this time, map. I get like the Charm of Confusion, which just confuses enemies, and then the Staff of Howling, which is crowd control based. You throw it and then it sucks everything in, and so I don't want to bore you with this, so I'm just gonna go to where I left off the last run, you know? So here I am, bomb in hand. Here's the boss. I get hit by a spike. I'm, you know, 3/4 HP. I'm kind of used to it by now. I throw my my Rod of Howling. I thought that was going to do a lot more work with the crowd control. It does not. I'm at half health now. I throw it at him. The Rod of Howling, it sort of glitches out a little bit. I'll be honest, I don't know what happened. The guy just sort of zoomed. I pick up my thing again because he just came back, and then I hit him once, and he's hit by like a bunch of lightning balls. And so, as you can tell, I'm pretty tense right now. I'm barely hitting anything. I'm not really whipping anything. Most of the guys have been killed by the main guy, and so I go over, I pick up the bomb, I throw it at him. Normally this fight takes like 6 hits, right? You go through the hits, and then it takes 1 less per time that you hit the person. But you can see that there's 3 rings instead of like 1 for the final hit, right? So yeah, I do 4, and then I do 2 more, and so that's just 6, and that's the first boss done. So I'm you know, I have to get out of here, and then I'm basically like a free man. I've got I'm pretty much like breezing through the rest of the game, right? Well, that's actually a little bit false, you know. When I said that the game was front loaded as shit, I meant the front half, right? The front half of the game. So I'm moving the goalposts here. I'm moving the goalposts. I'm telling you, I beat the first boss, but I'm telling you that it's not good enough. You know, I have to beat the second boss if I want to be able to beat this game. So I'm having the time of my life, right? I'm playing. I'm getting as far as I've ever gotten with this specific challenge, and I'm like, oh man, I definitely have a run ahead of me. I have the charm of confusion, so I don't have to deal with the enemies. You know, I can just run past them and they don't really notice me unless I touch them. However, the traps in this area are truly diabolical, right? Look at this guy. He has the green laser. Do you remember the green laser? I remember the green laser. I played this game a lot. The green laser. So I see that this tome of healing is like a thing. I don't remember what I had in my hand, but I dropped it. It's full HP. You know, you take it. You take it when you can. So here I am, Oasis of Death. This is the second boss. As soon as I beat the second boss, I should be good. And I'm not like joking or anything. As soon as I beat the second boss, the third area is like really easy. The enemies do a lot less damage, and it's also like way wider of an area. Like the world is a lot more open. So I just need to get through that boss. And so I use the map, I get through the thing. And so I realize I'm kind of stuck here. And so I try and, you know, latch onto those rings, but I don't quite reach it. So I look for another thing, and then I'm like, I'm about to give up. And so I jump and I hit that, and that pretty much saves a run, right? I'm back on. I wish to that thing because it's annoying enough that I'm like, oh, okay, I'll just have this dude deal with the mobs, right? And so, in case you can't tell, all of those mobs that were hit by those green things, they all aggroed to me for some reason. I don't know why that happened. I just shouldn't have touched that genie, I guess. And so you'll see it like soon. So here's the second boss. It's like an illusionist. It's called the Fallen Champion. I get her first, and then I try and do that. And so as you can see, there's roughly like 4 or 5 enemies, right? And they're all coming up, and so I'm like, I need to get out of dodge. I need to de-aggro those enemies, and then I just get hit 3 times. I don't know what hit me. I wasn't looking. Hey, you can see I'm not gonna knock you for making it this far and being like, oh, you should have done a third run or something. Maybe third time's a charm or something. I don't typically believe in that. I at this point I had played it for like 3 or 4 hours at a time, and let me tell you, the lethal dose is like 10 minutes. So I was well past sanity at that point. I just went and I downloaded a cheat engine. Yeah. Yeah. No, not the best type of content, I suppose. However, it was sort of guarding me from the rest of my games like a ball and chain. So I had to free myself by any means, you know. Anyway, I hope you're having fun. That's all. I don't have much else to share about the story of me getting all achievements. I just cheated for the last one. That's like the only hard one, so eh, it happens.